On the front page of the Business Today newspaper, you also have it somewhere else. Let me just it says emergency power outages to continue, says VRA. The Volta River Authority says the emergency load management program implemented across Ghana as a result of energy shortfalls will be enforced a little longer. It says Ghanaians should brace up for some kind of emergency outages, and it means that this is the power they give to GridCo, and GridCo also subsequently will give to ECG. And what has the president been saying about it?
The president says that strenuous efforts are being made to restore 120 megawatts of electricity to the national grid by Thursday to ease the power outages in the country. This is by Thursday, this Thursday. That's what he's been saying. But we have William Boateng, who is a PRO of the electricity company, joining us via phone this morning. Hello, Mr. Boateng, can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you for your time.
Good morning to your listeners too.
Our viewers, this is actually TV. But what's happening? Do we have a schedule coming out this week? That's what we were told last Friday.
Yes, tentatively by Wednesday you have a schedule.
Okay, so so yes. has the load shedding effectively started?
Yes. Yes. Only what we are doing now is to program it so that we can all know when we are going off and when we are coming on. Then we can plan our lives. So it has started.
Okay, so how is it working out now?
Well, I don't have the details. We'll conclude the details today. We are expecting the schedules from the regions. Then we will prepare a comprehensive program for the nation and then put it across for the information of the general public. So I don't have all the details yet. But I know you are not going, you won't go off more than 12 hours a day.
So why have we gotten here? I mean, why the situation?
Well, we have it already. I think, I know that we had a press conference on Friday, and the industry players put across their challenges, especially from the generation side. And so the problem is to do with some issues of low gas flow. I'm just repeating what we are talking about, low gas flow, also some mandatory maintenance and repair works.
Hello, William?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So how long is this going to go on for?
Well, I won't be able to speak in this particular issue because we are talking about generation and in the distribution sector. I think my brothers can do better.
Yeah, but you know.
I know that as the days go by, the experts will come and tell us. You heard of what the Excellency said. And so as we get more generation or we increase the generation, of course the deficit will reduce and they will have more relaxed load maintenance and eventually come out.
All right, William Boateng, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
Just an update on the load shedding exercise, but we got very little out of William Boateng, who's a PRO of the electricity company. He's asking us to go to the other players, and that will be the VRA, GridCo. So we'll try and establish contact with the Volta River Authority, if possible, to give you an update this morning. But William Boateng tells us that a schedule will be out by Wednesday, and that you're not going to go off for more than 12 hours. But 12 hours is a very long time. It's a really long time. He's also unable to say when this whole load shedding exercise will come to an end. But the president is saying, this is in the Ghanaian Times newspaper on page 4 of the paper, that President John Mahama has said that strenuous efforts are being made to restore 120 watts of electricity to the national grid by Thursday to ease the power outages in the country. He described the recent doomsor phenomenon as temporary, attributing the situation to mechanical challenges being encountered by some of the generating plants and an erratic power supply from the West African gas pipeline, which had knocked off 360 megawatts from the national grid. Commenting on the recent spate of power outages in parts of the country at a meeting with the Western Region House of Chiefs at Sekindi over the weekend, President Mahama asked Ghanaians to be patient as the government tried to put in place a more predictable and reliable power supply system in the country. Okay, so the electricity company has announced a load shedding exercise which begins this week, and that's the thing I have. They kept saying the load exercise was to start this week, but it started last week. I mean, even before last week, there was serious doomsor. And I mean, when we say doomsor, it's not like the light went off for like maybe an hour and it came. Just goes off and comes back.
You know, the difficulty I have especially is the way sometimes it is even conducted and announced in some areas.
Yeah.
Because I have experienced power cuts for 3 days continuous.
Oh.
For 3 days continuous. And it goes 12 hours, the next day 12 hours, 12 hours, for 3 continuous days. So, and I know that under a normal schedule, that is not expected. So, if it has been conducted all these the last couple of weeks, and now they're coming out with a schedule, what does it mean? What they were doing was just
that was the question people were asking over the weekend. Exactly.
It doesn't really make sense. That's the whole point. You see, the point is, if a phone company or a mobile service company has problems in perhaps their reception or their facilities, they are able to reach out to their own customers or consumers and say, well, we have difficulties, so that's what the telcos do. And well, they are not the best service providers around town.
Yeah, but
the point is, I think that somebody should look up to somebody somehow. Nobody comes to tell us anything, and we feel that, well, they owe us something or we owe them something. I mean, it doesn't make sense at all.
You know, and it's interesting.
And for God's sake, we pay hard cash for
exactly.
When we don't pay, our lights go off.
Yeah.
We go and pay to you.
And you know, when you're looking for real answers, you go to the electricity company.
Yeah,
then they tell you, go to the power generators. We don't generate power. We only.
And then one will tell you go to distributors.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And you are in the industry. You're only 3. The monopoly is monopolized by only 3 industrial players. They know how the system works in itself, regenerates in itself, and how they intend doing all that. Sometimes it just doesn't. It just doesn't feel right.
I tell you what, this can be very frustrating. The whole light-off situation, very, very frustrating, especially when you don't know when you're going to go off and how long it's going to be for. And then when you call,
and they assume that everybody.
When you call the call center, it's more annoying.
More
annoying.
I have never tried calling
annoying.
The call center.
I mean,
and they feel that they assume that everybody needs to buy a generator. Well, a generator for your normal house would not be that much expensive, but the point is sometimes it's a nuisance having that noise around you for you to sleep. I can sleep in noise. It doesn't make sense.
It's true. I mean,
well, so we're opening the phone lines now, but also the phone lines will be coming on your screens shortly. But in the meantime, please get interactive. We have the social network page on Facebook. Please look for that very page, Joynews on TV. And we have a short code 1760. Please get interactive as well. And the number is on your screens. And so as the number comes, please know that you just have to call that very line. Please tell us your own experiences about the power cut. Do you think that the service providers have been fair to you as a consumer? Really have been fair to us as consumers? And now they are going to put in place arrangement to have a schedule that will be published in the dailies, and I'm sure across the various electronic media outlets, and you will get to know whether your area will be within a certain category of having a power cut within a certain period in time. And so you will be getting yourself ready and getting well psyched up for it. But if you have been experiencing those indiscriminate power cuts, please tell us your experiences. Have you been having difficulties at all? Please tell us.
You know, when you call the electricity company, they have a call center The guys there are usually very nice, but they're very nice, but what they say is very annoying because the point is your light's gone off. You're looking for answers. You call and they're so sweet, and they don't even know the cause of the problem. They don't know, and then they tell you we'll find out, thing, you know. But hey, we'll go to the phone lines now. Sadiq, you're joining us from Tamale. Good morning. Hopefully you have electricity. You have constant electricity, right?
No, we don't have constant electricity.
Wow.
They offer, anytime they feel like offering, they'll just put the lights off. And aside that, we have this low current leading to the breakdown of a lot of electrical gadgets that we have. For instance, yesterday, my fridge spoiled simply because the light was going on and off. And I am not seeing anything that is causing all these problems. It is as a result of corruption that Ghanaians are not prepared to deal with swiftly, especially the leaders who are in control of the affairs of the country.
Okay, this is another angle. This is another angle to this issue. I mean, what are you talking about? Something that we do not know?
What I'm trying to say is that what is happening in this country, whether light, whatever, you know, whatever we are facing as a problem, economy or whatever, all those things are tracing the footprints to corruption.
All right, Sadiq.
Corruption is causing all these things. If we prepare to clear our minds of corruption, I'm telling you, my sister, a lot of miracles will happen in this country.
All right.
Amen.
We are not a poor country.
Amen.
We are not a poor country. There are a lot of resources in this country, you know, that can take care of all these things. But our leaders are not genuine enough to us. A lot of things are happening. But God will reveal everything in the shortest possible time.
All right, Sadiq.
You know, when you are doing anything, it has a time.
Okay, Sadiq, we'll leave it here. Thank you. Sure, very well. Roland seemed to agree with you on that, but thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us.
I was not agreeing. It was.
You're saying amen. You're saying a lot of amen.
No, he said God, so I said amen. Well, we have Kobe, who is calling us from Lungwa. Kobe, you've experienced some lighthouse. According to my friends who stay in Lungwa, everything is clean.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Kobe.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to make a contribution to your discussion.
Yes, that's why we accepted you in. Please make your comments. Sir.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes,
okay.
Kobe.
Yeah, I have a question too. Okay, let's not just say a question, but it's like everybody in Ghana knows ECG as the distributor. Forget about the generators and then the transmitters. And most of the times, people just come to us because we give them the supply. Sometimes the problem will also be coming from maybe Gridco or VRA. So I would also like that sometimes you, the media men, also at least tell people that, oh, it's not only UCG who are the main people giving the supply. Others, they should also be known that, told that, oh, VRA, Gridco are also part. So sometimes they should be also be educated on that side.
Okay. Do you work with any of those utility companies?
Yeah, I work with the ECG.
ECG. So ECG, you are categorized as what, distributors? Or service providers?
Yes. No, we are the distributor. We distribute to the customers.
Okay, and then Gridco is what?
Gridco is the transmitters, and then the VRA are the generators. They generate the power.
So do you know that when the phone companies, the mobile telephony companies, all right, they give you a service. If they don't have electricity for them to power their facilities, and so you don't have reception on your phone, who do you blame? The mobile companies or ECG or maybe some other third party?
In this case,
I know it's different, but you see the point is, I don't think that anybody particularly blames ECG for anything, but the point is the first line of contact is always ECG. ECG is the distributor, and the consumer directly interacts with ECG.
With ECG, yeah.
Do you think that the way ECG relates to its customers or the consumers is the best because they are a service providing agency?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't say maybe we are doing all that the customers are expecting from us. Sometimes we need also to come on air or at least make some announcement to the customers. Or maybe this day, that day, there will be outage. Maybe we want to work on some of the substations to give sufficient supply. But sometimes GRICO or VRA can also just put up the supply to tell you that, oh, we want to work on.
Well, we do understand that. And in the scheme of things, that is expected. VRA doesn't give the power to the transmitter GRIDCO, and GRIDCO informs ECG. But, you know, GRIDCO and VRA, they don't deal with the customers or the consumers. So I mean, we don't pay our bills to VRA or GRIDCO.
Exactly.
We pay our bills to
the ECG.
Good.
So they are the ones that we know.
So we are always at the first point of contact.
No. We haven't even done anything to them at all.
No,
we don't even say anything negative about it.
I mean, you deal with your GRIDCO and your VRA. That's none of our business. Because you are the ones that we know ECG. So you are the ones that we will come to. I'm sorry, but you have to take it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for understanding, Kobe.
Welcome.
Abdul from Abdul, apologies, you've been holding for a while, but you're on air now. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. So how is the situation where you are in Wa different?
Yes, we are also getting our own share of the lights out.
Okay, so what form is yours in?
It goes like we can have it for a whole night. The following morning, we don't have light.
Okay.
I think that the government should think of alternative methods. You know, in the north, the sun is very high. So like we can go solar or this biogas technology.
I get you.
The government should look for alternatives. It's very hot here in the north.
Yeah. All right.
If the government goes solar, I think it will help us a lot.
Okay. Abdul, I'm thinking that it's about time government moves beyond thinking of alternatives. They should fix it. That's what I personally think.
Yeah,
but thank you.
True.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you for calling us all the way from Wa.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, we have from Savelugu, Ganiu. Ganiu, a very good morning to you. You have light in your area, so you should have no difficulties at all. And actually, consistently, you always have light.
Yes, a very good morning to our listeners.
Good morning, Ganiu.
Let me say that it is expected that Ghanaians should be frustrated with the recent developments that is happening in the energy sector. In fact, it is frustrating, especially when VRA and GRIDCO has just increased electricity bills with that huge magnitude. In fact, it is frustrating. But let me also say that the basic principle of supply and demand is that anytime demand is increasing or anytime there is a rise in demand, then supply will obviously ought to be increased. And when it is not increased at present, then you will be having problems. So this heat period, you and I will understand that much people always on their generators, on their television sets and their fans and the like. And then that puts pressure on the energy supply. And so if they are not able to increase the megawatts greatly, we will be having challenges. And so I think we should pardon with them and then just press that they are able to fix it. But if we run them and then make it as if they have failed Ghanaians and then the like, we are not doing fair to our system.
Daniel, do you work with the Northern Power Development Authority? So I know that's a distribution.
No, I don't.
All right, thank you very much. As a consumer, I guess you're one of the few people who
seem to have a lot of patience
and empathy. Yeah, that's good also. I have developed the empathy for ECG. I have no problem with it. When they give me off, I insult the directors and etc. But in my home, nothing else I can do about it. I don't call the customer service line.
Nanjuma, you'll be our last call. You're joining us from Tamale. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, and how are you?
Very well, thank you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, a patriotic citizen from Northern Region is calling.
Okay, so do you have...
Is it a new policy, or is it a new load shedding, or the continuous one that they are going to continue?
I guess it's the continuous one they are going to now formalize. I mean, it's been going. I'm only telling you that now this is how
which way?
Formalize in terms of they'll bring a schedule. Then you know that today I'm going off, and then I'll come back on at this time. You get it?
The government should come out strongly, especially we the Northern Ghana here. We have a very listen of sun. So he should come out and find a way to implement a solar this thing here. VRA is killing us in Northern region. I can tell you that for the past 3 days I have no life.
You're not alone.
So how are you surviving? How are you surviving? I mean, how do you iron and things like that?
I will pick my phone, my laptop to go to a friend's place to iron. I will sometimes iron at the friend's place before I go to work. Use my laptop at the friend's place. As I'm talking to you now, I've left at the friend's place, and I have to pick a taxi back to my home to prepare and go back and go to work. That is very bad. You see, some people are even threatening to beat them when they say they will come and disconnect their lives. They said they will beat them. They shouldn't make an attempt. Because I can't be paying live bills without enjoying the power that I'm paying for.
Yeah. Well, we get you, but take it easy. I mean, those who work at ECG, they're working there. They're workers. They're just like you and I. I mean, the problem is not their problem. It's just that they are the ones that we relate to, and so we take our concerns to their doorsteps. But I think it hasn't gotten to the point where you see an ECG worker and you grab him and you beat him. No.
It doesn't solve the situation in any way. And so we're sorry that your line trip there, it was not a deliberate thing for me. I'm sure it's again within the system.
Before you find us and beat us.
Yes, and well, thanks for your comments also through that very lines we have made available for you this morning. Next, we have to bring to you AM Talk, and today we'll discuss the President's own comments about the temporary shutdown. He says that we're only experiencing that Mamavi zone schedules will not continue beyond Thursday.
Is that what it means? I mean, I think we should
incensed that the president is giving assurances that by Thursday.
Yeah, I think we should clear this. Maybe you should take it up on the AM Talk and speak to a presidential staffer.
We'll discuss it. It's not as if that I'll take it on. We'll discuss it. We have to be diplomatic about it.
No, what is diplomatic about this? Get answers to the problems we're facing. Don't do diplomacy, but
it's true.
We'll give you time.
You didn't have a very good weekend. But also we'll be discussing the $20 million right? $1 million budget for the blacks.
20 million.
That is over 20 million Ghana cedis. Because you know the exchange rates now, so it's being but
it's a $20 million.
We'll be discussing that for the World Cup. And you know, a lot more pundits are incensed because they feel that the country is going through a lot. Well, not because we are saying it, because the officials themselves say it. Now we're going to vote. We have approved this chunk of money, $20 million for the Black Stars, not to spend, of course, to participate. And that's a difficulty for Mama V and Co. Not for me.
All right, so we'll be right back. Stay with us.